Pinpoint Weather on NBC5 News is brought to you by the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe.
Hey, we got sunshine out there this morning. Again, a warmer start as well. 8 degrees warmer here in Medford, sitting at 51 degrees. Wind speeds calm and going to stay a little bit calmer as we're getting through the next couple of days. We'll see wind speeds picking up with our next little system moving into the start of next week. We're bumping up into those temperatures yet again today. We saw over a 10-degree climb yesterday. We're going to be topping off about 90 degrees for this afternoon. If we don't breach that 90-degree mark, we're going to be very close. Still warm into the evening hours with some lower 80s. Sun setting tonight at 8:22. And as we're getting into some of these hotter temperatures, as these temperatures get into the 90s here for this weekend, we make sure, if you have children, to always check the back seat before leaving the vehicle. With temperatures at 90 degrees in just 30 minutes, those temperatures are over 120 degrees in the inside of the vehicle. Of course, that is a very high risk situation whenever those children get left in the vehicles. Now, also with outdoor activities, something to take note of if you want to maybe find some ways to stay cool by some water, is that our rivers and lakes are still very cold. And with that, it doesn't take much to cause your body to go into shock. Even when temperatures of water is in 50 degrees. Of course, some of our waters stay colder than that year round. It can be deadly. Now, always wear a life jacket if you are doing any water recreation. Now, we do have, again, warm temperatures throughout this weekend. We'll see a slight cool off into the start of next week, but doesn't last long before we look to warm right back up. Clear sky for tonight, which is fantastic news. We have the potential of northern lights stretching all the way down even into northern California. A strong system, one of the strongest systems we've had with the aurora borealis since 2005. And this is a little bit into Oregon, a good setup for tonight. Now, it's best to view this outside of these cities. Clear sky, darker sky allows you to see that a little bit better, of course, so a little bit higher into the mountains. But we also have something else going on. We have the little Yamsey fire out here in eastern Klamath County, Klamath County, excuse me. This has been producing some smoke. We saw that up at Crater Lake yesterday, and we see a little bit of that smoke kind of continuing as we're getting through today. Very patchy. This fire is kind of contained. It was started by a lightning strike, and they're allowing it to burn off a lot of the fuels within this area. So it will be producing some smoke with the hotter, drier conditions over the next couple of days. You see that smoke kind of settling in tonight. So there could be a little bit of smoke for portions of our area for tomorrow morning, even looking into tomorrow afternoon, kind of pushing a little bit further east. Now, coastline today, we're getting into those 70s and dropping down into the 50s tonight. So not too bad of a day. We look at the West Valleys. This is where we climb 80s, potentially a few low 90s with morning lows in the 50s. Our eastern counties will also be into the 70s with morning lows into the 30s and 40s. The valley climbs even more tomorrow, just by a degree or two. Then we'll start a small cooling trend, some low 80s to start next week. That's still above the seasonal high for this time of year. Overall, a quiet forecast, but there is a chance for some isolated storms on Sunday for our eastern counties and into northern California. We'll also see a bit more wind for both of those days, Sunday and Monday, with that slight cool off. We got lower to mid 80s in northern California through the 7-day. The coastline begins to cool off through this weekend with 50s and lower 60s. Might start to warm up by the middle half of next week as well.